Welcome to Phido International. Now, we love to give you so much knowledge and so much skills and so much information. Sometimes we like to call it the KISS knowledge, which is knowledge, information, and skill. And as part of what we've been doing to really empower you is to show you how to create amazing, glamorous looks with the African outfits. You know, I have a huge passion for African outfit. I mean, actually, yesterday I went out to an event and I wore this beautiful top and skirt in African outfit, and it was so beautiful. I put lots of jewelry on it, and everyone was asking me, where can I get that from? Oh my goodness, you look like an angel, you look beautiful. That's the kind of thing I love to hear, because African outfits generally is undermined, and I don't like that. I know that when you wear these and accessorize them really well, you will stand out in any crowd. And that's why I am making it my business now to bring forth the African fashion in whatever design, being the really cultural traditional outfit or being the simple glamorous ones that you wear around and, you know, everyday life. That is the next passion for me. So today we're going to show you how to create the most beautiful two-piece. It's like we call it two wrappers. Now, when you come from Nigeria like I do, people from the eastern part of Nigeria tend to tie their wrapper or wear the outfit this way. And so far I've shown the Yoruba way of doing it. Today I want to show you the eastern way of doing it, so you get to have an idea what this is all about. And if you're from my side of the country in Nigeria, you're going to love it, because again, it will give you hints and tips. There are lots of people who struggle with this. Even way back in Nigeria, they struggle with, how do I tie this two wrapper? But somehow I've been blessed because I have big sisters who taught me how to do this. So that's why I'm bringing this on board for you to see today. So my name is Phido, after a long talk. And then we're going to get on with understanding how to tie the two wrapper. But you notice I have nothing on my head. So first of all, I'll tie my gele. Now, I've done it twice on a video for you to have an idea how, no, 3 times how to tie the, you know, headgear, gele, whatever you want to call it, or the headpiece. But the focus of today's video is not so much on the headpiece, it's about how to tie the wrapper. But I'll still, you know, give you hints and tips again how to tie the gele. So welcome on board. So today's focus is on a peach color. You know, the African fashion and culture is all about colors, just like the Indian fashion. That's why I love Indian fashion as well. Lots of colors, nothing boring at all. So today we're going to be focusing on peach. My wrapper is peach, and in this top that I'm wearing, this is called the simple blouse, which you're going to see a bit more when I stand up. That's also got hints of peach in it, and then the wrapper itself is actually peach with lots of beads and stones in them. That's how we love it, really, really heavily designed. But first is the headgear or the head tie, and it's one of those really, really long pieces where it's a struggle to know how to tie this. Now this one is the really soft type. So you remember the last time we showed you how to tie the really stiff ones. Those ones are, as far as I'm concerned, they're easy because wherever you put them, they will stay. But these soft ones are a lot more tricky to work with. So I'm going to play around with it a bit. And as usual, they're very long and squared-ish. And you have to like fold it before you can really do anything with it. So I'm folding it a bit. And when you fold it, you try and get like a piece where you can actually be able to hold it when you're trying to knot it in place. Now, I've heard people complaining that, oh, why are you showing so much of this for people to just know for the sake of it? Who knows? Time is coming when I won't just show it anymore. But for now, just enjoy. And if you can grab as much knowledge from me, the better. I love to share, and that's why I'm doing it. So I've got it one side like that, and then I put it on my head. So you'll be see me looking a different direction. I'm actually looking in the mirror. So I'll do a bit of something and I'll turn around for you to see what I've done. So I've got a little piece on the side, and you've noticed I've done all my makeup as well. I love makeup as well, so it's one of the things I'm bringing on board as well. Maybe one of the videos I'll show you how I do my makeup. I know there are lots of people out there who do makeup, but again, we all bring different things on board. So I've taken this short side and held it down, and I'm bringing on the longer side of the headgear now. So this is the longer side, and it's just going to wrap around my head. Okay, so this one is not as long as I would have wanted it to be. So I'm going to try and release this one again and redo this. Okay, so I've got the two together now, and I'm going to try and knot it. You remember I work with the pins a lot, so if I'm struggling and I find that it's difficult to knot, I'll just push them in place and get the pin to hold it for me. So this is what I've got. I've got these two ends coming together, and I'll put them in. So I'm going to try and push this together, and I'll pin it in place. Okay, so you remember that the minute I knotted it at the back, the rest is for you to play with it. And that's what I've done. I've just started pulling it, and I pull them and drag them to places. So you can end up dragging it and dragging it. You can make it higher, you can make it lower, you can tighten them, you can do whatever you like with them once it's been knotted in place. And I also worked with my pin, which you've seen a few times when we do this. It's just like going to, don't know if you can see them, maybe they're a bit too small for you to see. You just get them from the regular shop where you get your sewing stuff like needles and thread. They come in packs. This is a pack of it. I'll show you what the pack looks like. So you get a pack of them, and they do amazing jobs for me. I make sure I go for the ones with the colors, because then you can actually hold them in place and know exactly where they are. So next thing I'm going to go with is my brooch. You know, I just love brooch. I'm the queen of brooch. I've had people ask me, oh, can I use your idea to design my look? Please, it's not just for me, it's for all of us. And that's why I'm doing this, so you can see them. So I love really glamorizing my outfit when I go out in my traditional outfit. So get yourself some brooches, and again, everything I use here, I have them for sale. So if you happen to be looking for them, these unique things. I was telling you about the event I went yesterday, and the lady just said, can I have everything you're wearing? I have all these things. I stock them because I love them so much, so I want people to know where to get them from when they do want it. I'm going to try and make this a bit tighter. Okay, so I've been able to put the brooch in. Now remember, when you're trying to get the brooch in, it can be really difficult because you're pushing the needle in and you're trying to block it off. You can always get help from someone, and I got help putting this in. So it's down to you how you get it in, but all you have to do is think where you want it to sit. And when I put it right in front of me, it was too practically like blocking the look of the head tie, so I had to push it a bit to the corner. So the whole idea is to glamorize what you're wearing, and that's what I've done. I also deliberately chose a blue color so it stands different, so it's not blending into the head tie, so you can see something unique and something a bit different. Now if you give me the time, I'll keep playing and playing and playing with this head tie, so I'm gonna just stop playing with it. It's very easy to try and push it to give you something different and something different. You see what I'm doing? So you can occasionally just keep playing with it, and each time you play with it, you're gonna get something different. See that? So that's what comes out with this. Very easy to play with. I tend to like the really stiff one. This is not too soft as well, so it's still doing the kind of things I like. But the really stiff one, once you push them anywhere, they do what you want. So here it is, see that? It's come down and it could be, that's the design. Oh, that's the design. So you can play and do different things. So let's get on with this now. We've got the hair tie in place. And now we're ready to tie our wrapper. Okay, so you remember what we're talking about? We talked about the 2 wrappers. So this is it. And we said today's color is peach. So this is my heavily beaded wrapper. I love it so much bling bling in this particular wrapper. Now, if you are from the East and you're trying to tie this, they come in 2 pieces. You're wondering, oh my goodness, which one is the one that goes inside and which one is the one that comes over it? This is the trick. You measure it. So what I've done, I folded it into 2. So you can see this fold. And that's the one. And this other one is the other piece. So I brought 2 of them together. Then I've seen the one that's the longest. So the one inside is the longer than the other one. So the trick is when you're trying to tie this, the one that's shorter is the one that goes inside or under, while the one that's longest is the one that stays over it. So now you've got the trick. Don't struggle with this anymore. So I'm going to take away the long one for now, and I'm going to tie the short one so you can see. Okay, you also notice I won my lovely necklace. It's very full, and the beauty about this particular one is the color is very close to what I'm wearing today. It's not necessarily tied to this. You can wear it for anything, which I tend to do. So that's my wrapper. I'm ready to tie. But before I tie this, I'll show you. Oh, I won't show you. Let me just carry on tying and then we'll get to that. So you get your wrapper and you take it around you. Once it's gone around you, well, first I'm wearing my tights underneath it deliberately. Now normally you have like an underlay. I don't know what you might know it as. We call it underskirt. So it's like a I have no idea how to describe it, but this is a slip that you wear underneath when you're wearing like a long skirt. Some people tend to wear it, so that's normally what we wear, but I tend to be wearing it with leggings these days because it's so easy to walk in. So the trick is you open your leg wide and then you take your wrapper and you wrap. You basically take it around you. Now remember the little angle that you release again so that you will be able to knot it at the back. So make sure it's not blocking the second leg, because if it blocks the second leg, that means you will not be able to walk. So it has to be just very close to the second side of your leg. The other leg is in, the left leg is in, the right leg is where we're making sure that it's not covering. And you take the other side and just wrap over. See that? And once you've done that, you push your wrapper down and then you knot it at the back. So the little bit I left out, we now knot with this one. Again, make sure you knot really well, but if you can't, there's help. So don't worry about it, and I'll be showing you what the help is. So just to hold it in place, don't pull too much because these are very fragile fabrics. I'm not going to pull too much because they're not too close. So that's the first wrapper done. Now I'll show you what happens after that. Just want to make sure that this is held in place at least. Trick is once you've done that, you then pull it and make sure that point you knotted is going into the middle. And this is going to the middle of your back. You also make sure you're pulling the inner side, which was the side we pulled nearer to the leg. that's coming out as well. And so it's not practically blocking your other leg, because if it does, this is what it's going to look like. You'll be stuck like that, and then when you try to walk, you'll not be able to walk. But because we've held and we've pulled it out of the way, so you can actually be able to walk. That's the whole idea. This is the worst part for tying two wrappers, because if you're not able to do it right, when you're going out with your friends, that'll be you walking like this. So we want to make sure that you can actually walk. Okay, so we've got that. Now you can see something in my hand. It's a piece of fabric, and it's usually just plain cotton. Now you tell your seamstress or your tailor or whoever makes clothes for you to stitch something out for you to be able to use in tying your wrapper. So that just comes to your waist, and you put them together. Make sure it's a good size. It's looking like the one I picked today is not exactly my size, but I'm going to try and use it. So you pull them together, and this is where you really knot. So you're knotting this piece, and make sure it's over what you tied at the back. Lovely, it's all done. And that's it. So now I'm all completely safe. So once you've done that, you can now drop a hint of your wrapper over it. This, your top doesn't need to be inside this. Your top actually needs to be out. So this you can really like drop it over it to make sure that it's just on your hips. It shouldn't be dragging to your waist. It's just exactly on your hips, so it's not bothering you in any form. And then you can actually pull hints of it into the piece of fabric that you're using, knotting it. Just pull hints of it inside it, so it really holds it together. And I also want to make sure that this is not sticking to the other side. It's right in the middle of my back. Because the whole idea of making this happen is to make sure you're able to walk when you're walking around. Yes, I'm all done on this one. So that's your first wrapper done. Should be as free as possible. You should be able to walk very easily with it. So that's the technical bit about this, to make sure that you're completely free. And this puts off a lot of people, a lot of young ladies, newly married women, when the husband says, why are you not tying to wrapper? I don't know how to tie it. It's a nightmare. Imagine wearing a really tight skirt. That's how this feels like if you haven't got it right. But once you've got it right and you can open your leg, then that means you can walk. And once you can walk, what's your problem? You can do it. So I want you to be able to do this, and if you can, send me images. I'll be excited to see it. Okay, so we got our second wrapper and we're ready to go. Remember, this side is really long. That's the whole idea. They want you to really rock this and glamorize this and, you know, pose with it. So the idea is you take it to the shortest side. So you pull until you get the shortest side. See that? So that short side just goes in here. And another thing, you remember, is equally as long as the other one. But no, you don't make them the same length. That's the whole idea. The whole idea is to demarcate it. So that's the bottom one. And then the new layer, the second layer of the second wrapper comes on top. See where that's stopping? Like halfway. That's why we call it two wrappers. So you can take it a bit lower if you wanted. But people don't really encourage you to take it too low, because then you kill the whole idea of the two wrappers. So the second one has to come up like halfway of the first one, and then you take it in, take the shorter side in, and you bring the longer side over it. You see how it went? So it went in, take it up a bit. Nothing be as ridiculous as the one inside drops down and this one goes over. That would be ridiculous. So the best way to go with it is the one inside comes really in, and then the one out goes over it. See that? It's not hidden in. And that's the whole idea of the two wrappers. So when you take it in, you remember this side I've taken in, try your best to pull it in as much as possible. And this side has to drop out as a flap. And that's the beauty of the two wrappers. So in here, you then take the second flap and push it in. And when you push it in, you just do the same over all what you've done. And that's you. So that's still sticking out and dropping down, and this side is all hanging up, looking good. And it should always be slightly over your shoes. You don't want it too high up, you want it slightly down. See that? Let it be just slightly over. You can still see the heel of the shoes, but you also don't want it dropping over, completely blocking the heel. It will just let you see the heel, practically like just stop on your feet. And then your feet is showing a bit, but your shoe showing, and it's not hanging further higher up. You remember like Michael Jackson's kind of trousers that are like ankle length? You don't want that. You want it to drop slightly over. And that's it done. So wrappers are in, top is all in. Here it's looking all nice. And so you have a bit of wedge over here. And typically from time to time you can just release it and put it back in, and release it and put it back in. That's the whole glamour of wearing this. Now, because the one underneath has been completely knotted, you don't have anything to worry about. You're not scared that, oh, my wrapper is going to all fall out and people are going to see me, my underwear. No, it's all nicely knotted. So the top one can be released and tied back, and released and tied back. And that's the whole glamour of tying the two wrapper. So push it in whenever you feel like it. Take it out whenever you feel like it. And let it be free. Just basically just allow yourself to be free. Okay, so then you're ready, and then you put on all your bling bling. So the bangles, the watches, the rings, more bangles, whatever makes you happy, all those accessories that you know you want to highlight and glamorize your outfit. The long earring that I love to wear, the bigger the better for me, the big jewelry on my neck, and then you get a lovely purse to go with it. I'm not holding a purse today, just an oversight, because I'm not going anywhere right now, so I didn't really want to carry anything like that. So you take your purse, you put all your little bits in, and then you just hold it, and that's you ready to rock the evening. So if you're from the East, that's you all done. But again, like I always say, if you're married to anyone from Nigeria, or you just generally love the African outfit, this is how we go about it. And if you wanted to have any of this, I'm more than happy to help you. If you need any information, any advice, any knowledge on how to go about this, just email me as usual, joy@worldofbraiding.com. We'll put all those details in the description box, and then you're ready to rock your town. Again, there's still so many other designs and so many other colors and so many other ways of playing with this, which I'm going to be bringing more to your way as time goes on, depending on how I feel on the day. But today I felt really good about bringing this to your attention. And today happens to be Mother's Day, so my kids have been really sweet to me. Lots of cake, lots of presents, so I'm really in a good mood today. So I thank you for watching this, and like I always say, you have two hands, you have a brain, work with them. As far as I'm concerned, let's fight poverty with our two hands. So these are little things you think, oh yeah, I know how to do that. You can offer this as a service to people. There are people out there who have no clue how to go about this, and they need help. And if you know how to do it, please make yourself known to them. Create a card and say, I can, help you with your African dressing. And then people will be happy to come to you, and you'll be the expert showing them how to do it. That's why I'm doing this, because I love it. I have a huge passion for it, and people are asking me. And so I decided, why do I have to be answering one person? Why don't I just put it out? Anyone asks me, I'll send you the link, so you can just learn for yourself how to go about this. So use whatever skill you have and help people around you. That's what this is all about. So remember, it's full of color. That's the African fashion. Lots of color. So you could have put any kind of color. You could have gone with silver. You could have gone with gold. You could have gone with beads, coral beads. That's the next one I'm going to be coming up with. I love coral beads, and I haven't showcased that yet. You're going to see what coral beads could look like. And luckily for me, my sister is an expert at creating them. So if you love coral beads like I do, you're in for a treat, because you're going to see so many different types, and then you will know exactly where to get them from. So as usual, thank you for being with us. Thank you for staying with us. Follow me on Instagram, Phido. I'm going to put lots of these images there. And follow me on Twitter. I talk about African fashion a lot because I love them so much. LinkedIn, I talk about them. I put the images there as well. I do WordPress from time to time. Again, maybe I'm going to start writing a bit more about these things. These fabrics, they tend to either come from Switzerland or India. Again, you'll be saying, oh, but it's African. How come? We have the ones that come from Africa and Nigeria, but we get our things from so many sources, just like anybody else. People get things from so many sources. So this particular heavily beaded type, they come from India. And then the laces, like the other ones I worn before, most times come from Switzerland. They also have China type. So, and the head ties, mostly the very good ones come from Switzerland, which I know exactly where to get them from, because I remember I used to sell them. I used to go to Switzerland, get them, take them around the world, which I still love to do. So if you want any color, any quality, just contact me and I'll be more than happy to help. So stay in touch with us, and we love to hear from you. Take pictures, send them to me. I love to see what you've been able to create. Thank you so much.